Hello guys, I just wanted to give a really quick update. There's honestly not that much to update if I'm really honest, but I think they are important things nonetheless. So what I basically wanted to say was I had my first day back at work since my annual leave and since when I had food poisoning. And in short, when I got into work, I felt very nervous, not about my phobia, I just felt very nervous about going back to work. I just felt nervous about the job. Coming back after annual leave, I was like, how much work is there going to be? Am I going to be out of my depth? I just feel really anxious. So, like, yeah. So, I got into work, and then I was kind of sitting there on my own for a good while, just kind of catching up with work. And then one of my colleagues who I wasn't actually expecting to see came in and kind of bounded in, and we had a quick catch up. And what was actually really lovely was the fact that I was just honest with her. I told her about how my week off had been. I told her that I was having an anxiety flare. And yeah, basically, she just listened. Like, I listened to her talk about her things. It was just nice, really. So it ended up that I came away like, that was okay. That was an okay first day back at work. And yeah, so that's brilliant. Like, the difference between this episode of anxiety versus when I was a child, teenager, early 20s is that in those days it would cripple me. It would really take me to a point of not being able to do anything at all. And I think part of what kind of made that worse was the fact I didn't have plans in the diary anyway. I wasn't really in the swing of life anyway at that stage. Now I am a bit more. It feels very unnatural. Like, I still am to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I'm out and about doing stuff, and I'm like, what the hell? But I'm doing it, and I know that it's kind of the quickest way to the other side is just simply by living. But in terms of like my future plans, in terms of what I would like for my, I don't know what phrase to call it. I don't know what to call it for my journey, my healing. I only hesitate to say healing because I know some people kind of don't like words like cure and healing, and for me it fits, because even if there is no cure or even if there is no end goal, I still think you can heal. I still think you can, like with a scar, you can still rub oil on it or like something that will help it, and you can kind of fade the scar. So in that sense, like, that's a form of healing even if it's not a cure. So and also, even if it's not linear, those things also don't matter. So in terms of what I would like for my healing, oh my god, there's so much. There's so many things that I feel like I want to change. I feel like I really want to I want to get more of a sense of kind of like autonomy over my life. I'd love to move out. I would love to really kind of push for a career that I would truly love. I want to just engage more in things I like, even the small things, because sometimes I'm not very good at that. And that's the other thing. So for me personally, and this please know, and I think you do know this already, is a extremely individualized thing. I'm not pushing for this. I am not. I don't fall on one side of the camp or the other. It's something that is so very personal to each individual. before my phobia actually flared up, I was feeling very anxious anyway. And I spoke to the doctor about medication, and basically they just said, well, you know, you started on citalopram, so how are you doing with that? And I was like, well, doctor, since I've gone back to work, I've kind of not really been taking it. I kind of forgot to take it. So since I was prescribed it for the vestibular neuritis, I how much have I taken? About 3 fucking tablets in total. So that's not really anything to go on. So the things that I would like to work on is getting, you know, a good run at taking the SSRIs, focusing on my future in a kind of an empowered way, and focusing on moving out. I mean, all of those things are things that hopefully will be really interesting, or I don't know, if they're topics that any of you guys are interested in, moving out, career focusing. By the way, I don't know jack-ish about any of it, but at the end of the day, it's like sometimes seeing someone bumble their way through something can be quite helpful, because if you're like, well, if she can bumble her way freaking through it, then I can. So that kind of thing. And then also, yeah, the citalopram, just to kind of, so I can kind of review, kind of see how I'm doing about. I've got to get disciplined with that. That's it. I still have a lot of intrusive thoughts pertaining to my phobia. I don't know if when that will go away, but yes, you know, the thing is, right, I don't want to live with this phobia. I really don't. I really don't want to live with this phobia. There have been times in my life where I felt like my phobia is keeping me safe, and therefore I want to keep it. It's so incredibly complicated. Now I feel like, yes, I totally get that, and yes, I want to feel safe, but also having a phobia doesn't make me feel safe. So it's a very interesting one. I have no idea what my end goal is. I have no idea what I want to happen. But you know, I think that's kind of why this is a journey. You know, it might end up that, oh, I'm very uncomfortable. It might end up that, you know, I am making videos when I'm 80, if YouTube is still a thing. I'm making videos when I'm 80, and I'm still going, let's crack down on this emetophobia. I might still be working on it then. I might be working on it till the day I die. In a way, it's not relevant. It doesn't matter. I just kind of hope that it maybe offers some clarity to me talking it through into the camera, and maybe makes you guys feel less alone. And maybe we can share tips and tricks, or whatever you like. I mean, at the end of the day, emetophobia is literally freaking. Let me tell you, if I wouldn't wish vestibular neuritis on my worst enemy, let me tell you how much I would not wish severe emetophobia on my worst enemy. What a life stealer. What a life stealer. And again, just to kind of throw in there, you know, these are things that are not literally threatening my life. I am so grateful for that. I do appreciate that, you know, neither of those things are, but what they do affect is quality of life. And yes, I really want to improve my quality of life. And if any of you in the same boat, yeah, I just hope that you feel a bit less alone from knowing that there's somebody, a lady, you know, properly in her 30s lady, you know, feeling very much like somebody who's brand new to this life thing when it comes to kind of tackling fears and phobias. I mean, it's probably hard for all of us. But yeah, sorry about the angle, very weird angle, and all the clutter and all of that. But yeah, so yeah, I'll speak to you soon.